Hello, everyone. Welcome to our final presentation of our project. Just to get you reintroduced, our project is on live service games and battle pass system overall. And live service model is a very modern game design model that means that the game is going to be free to play and it has regular updates through its game life cycle in order to keep up player attention. And the battle pass system is a relatively new introduction to this game model. It usually means that there is a time limited play to earn system that players can play and then earn experience points to level up their battle pass in order to gain some rewards that are time limited, which means that once it's gone forever. So you have to do it within this specific time period. Some of the most successful games that implemented the battle pass system include Fortnite, Destiny 2, and Dota 2, all which have their own unique implementation of it. And so to look at why we're doing this, right? So what's our motivation? So the battle pass system is a relatively new topic in game design, and similar research have been done on things like free-to-play or freemium models, which fits the live service model better. But a very small amount of research has been done directly on live service games, and even less so on the battle pass system because it's so new. And most existing research among the few that we can find only examine single games implementation of it, and no paper has directly studied the impact of this battle pass system on players overall across multiple games. And to look at our research questions, so the first research question that we had, which we touched on a little bit since the last time you saw them, is how does the battle pass system affect players' overall playtime? And second one is how does the battle pass objective impact players' enjoyment? And the third one, which is the most highly debated one usually, is how does the reward system affect players' enjoyment if there's no time-limited exclusivity, which is a very high friction point amongst the players and the game companies' designs. And the last question is, how does this live service model and the battle pass design affect the game industry's ecosystem as a whole?
So to perform our study, we did an interview study where we recruited 13 participants. We did 30-minute interviews each with them, and we recorded and transcribed the audio through Zoom, and then compensated them with a $15 Amazon gift card. The first couple questions we asked them were pretty general. We asked what live service games have they played before that had a battle pass. We saw a majority played Fortnite, Overwatch, and Valorant, and played for at least 2 years. For our first research question, we asked how they have control over the games and if they consistently pay for the battle pass every season. We saw that 61% felt that they do have control over the time spent, but they also consistently pay for the battle pass every single season. They also said that they would play the game when they do not want to, which is when they weren't going to boot up a session, but then they did, and also play the game longer than they want to, which is when they were already playing, but then continued playing because of the battle pass, which kind of did not align with their first thoughts about if they had control over the time spent. As for the second research question, we found that 69% of participants find enjoyment in the character customization aspects from the battle pass rewards. Nice. 77% found the battle pass felt like a chore to level up, and 54% found that the battle pass helped create a clear goal when they're playing the game.
So onto our research question 3. So how does the reward system affect player enjoyment if there's no time limited exclusivity? So among the participants that give us a valid answer, half of them said they would play the game less if they didn't have a battle pass, and half of them said they would still play the same amount. And amongst the other question that we asked them, so some of them said they do. 46% of the participants said they do not prefer this time-limited reward system, while a slightly smaller percentage of them said that they prefer this time-limited system. And while the other one person kind of answered that they enjoy this time-limited reward system, but only when they're not the one that's left out. And on to our last research question, how often do you play other video games that are not these live service games? How does it compare to before you started playing live service games as a general habit? So a relatively small percentage of them said they maintain the same habit of how much non-live service games that they play, but more of them said that they used to play other games a lot more, but much less because of the live service games taking up so much of their time. And onto our findings, we find that the battle pass system achieves the goal that it was designed to achieve, increases player attention and playtime, but has potentially negative impacts on the long-term enjoyment of these games. And players are very divided on whether or not they like the time-limited part of this battle pass system. They do not mind the play to earn, but they do have a lot to say about whether or not it should be time limited. And some players report that the battle pass system does not improve much about the games that are already engaging, but creates additional interest and incentives to play if the game was lacking in the first place. So, and another interesting observation made is that some players even reported that they will play the game more with the battle pass active, so that they can play the game less, so that they save a little bit of time playing it, which is an interesting point for us to find.